Well, a Maryland couple has been accused of child neglect after letting their 6-year-old and their 10-year-old walk home alone from a park about a mile from their house. That mom joined us yesterday. She says she's just trying to teach her kids independence.
Parenting and every other generation involve letting your kids learn independence, and not only letting them learn it, but helping them learn independence and resilience and courage. And that's not going to happen if we're watching them all the time.
She's a free-range parent, she said. So should Child Protective Services, the government, take the kids away, or should they leave that family alone? Joining us now for a fair and balanced debate, criminal defense attorney Jonna Spilbor and Fox News contributor Arthur Idala. It's great to see you both.
Good morning.
Jonna, hard to see exactly what these parents did wrong. I mean, nothing bad happened to the kids. They walked to the park. Was a crime?
Hard to see what they, save free range for chickens, because children need to be supervised. You can't let a 10 and a 6-year-old walk a mile to and from a park in this day with creepers and killers. They could have been molested. They could have been murdered. How is that good parenting? It is not.
But they weren't. But she makes a point. They could have been, Arthur. So is this responsible?
I am going to use that wonderful term, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Stop.
When I was growing up, Tucker, even in first grade, which I think kids are like 6 years old, kids were called latchkey kids, right?
Yeah.
Their mom and dad had to go to work, and they literally had a key to the front door around their neck, and they would walk the 3 or 4 blocks. And this is at 6, not at 10, at 6. Growing up, the crime rate, at least in New York, was astronomically higher than it is now, correct?
Right.
We were all, I was on the subway at 12. There were homicides, and it was horrible. To even think about the government coming in and taking people's children away from them because they let the kid play alone in the playground. Give me a break.
It's illegal.
Well, wait a second. Do you think these kids would be better off in the foster system, where kids are routine? Talk about molested and abused.
Thank you.
Well, you can't say the whole entire foster system is bad, but if they're in a foster system and the parents are actually not too lazy to walk their own kids to the
It's not about lazy. She articulated her defense.
No.
I'm giving my child a sense.
Independent. At 6, you're practically still in the womb. You don't need to be independent.
Our children are so coddled, are so protective today that when a little thing in their life goes wrong, they fall off the rails. They need a little bit of independence. They're not going to get lost. It's the same street.
And tried to get them in the car. Hey, little kid, you want some candy?
They know that mommy taught them you don't talk to strangers.
Because they wear a sign that says, I'm a free-range kid.
So what do you make of that? I am a free-range kid.
I think it's a terrible way to parent, and it puts your child in harm. And part of a neglect petition includes a lack of supervision. How can you say these kids are properly supervised?
Hold on. The ideology behind it aside, could she, as a practical matter, actually lose her kids over this?
Yes.
I think it's in the realm of possibilities. I don't think any panel of people who are on a board who have to make these decisions, or a judge, is going to say this is what we're going to take, the drastic act of taking children away from their parents. I don't think that's going to happen. As you said, there was no harm done.
If something had happened to the children and she had other children, they all would have been taken.
If the queen had Coolio, she'd be king.
I'm having Thanksgiving dinner with you all next year. I can't wait to see how that works out. Thanks a lot for joining us. John, Arthur, we appreciate it.